Hey,
Hi.
What's up, guys?
Hi.
That's
Hi.
the intro.
Yeah.
That's our new intro. That's it.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yo.
Everyone has
JD
their own intro.
here. TRLM.
No.
Okay,
Yo, JD here.
yeah. I don't have the commitment. Yeah. I just want to talk about firstly
Yeah, no.
how our last
Okay, go
video,
ahead.
right? I'm very disappointed in you guys. Right. The second podcast we put out, 200 views. We thought banging, class. We're YouTubers now. 34 views on the last one. What the fuck? Like, I'm sorry.
No, I don't know what you're on about. It didn't flop. It
30,
didn't flop at all.
Sorry, 34 views. Sorry. My bad.
34 views isn't too bad.
Yeah, I mean, if 34 people came to my birthday party, I'd be pretty happy with myself. What about you?
Yeah, that's savage.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if 34 people came to my funeral, I'd be delighted.
Yeah.
If those 34 people, I'd be honoured to have them at my funeral.
I like the way we're comparing views to a YouTube video as to a funeral. Anyway,
I mean, the last one, the second podcast we had got like what? I think it's on 240 something views.
yeah, we're almost
Which is a tiny bit better than 34.
I mean, tiny bit, but minuscule. So yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
I'd be much happier if 240 people came to my funeral.
Yeah, true.
I'd actually be a lot happier if, with our prediction the last time, we were sort of hoping for what, 10k? 10k people to come to 10,000 people to come to my funeral. So
I mean, that hasn't really worked out, but you win.
No.
You win some, you lose some.
Yeah.
Talking about winning and losing, me and Jack, that's his name. I don't know if you've said that before. I'm Sean.
Sean, I don't want my name out there.
Yeah, shut up or I'll leave your address. All right. Anyway, we participated in our first league race. Being a league race, me and Jack took it really, really seriously. Put so much preparation in, and it turns out that the people driving, the other drivers must have maybe had one arm or something, maybe a missing eye, because they were absolutely awful. I don't care. I'm saying this now. I do not care. They were, guys, we were pulling out 2 seconds a lap. We were on mediums, you were on softs. Come on, please.
No, like it was competitive. It was competitive. I mean, like we only laughed someone on
it was really
9.
Yeah,
that's not too bad.
I know,
that's not too bad.
But I won't lie. We nearly got caught out, thinking that we were going to be class in qualifying. We may have gone out on mediums just to show
rain.
hope.
Yeah,
and it started raining.
Yeah, go out on mediums, and then it starts to rain.
I still got pulled.
Sean managed to get pulled, but I ended up slipping off, and then ended up in P4 at the start, but ended up still winning the race because I'm class.
Yeah, shut up.
Not too bad.
With a dirty move, last corner. I saw
dirty move.
I saw a ball. Yeah, shut up.
Yeah, you did.
Anyway.
All right, we'll move on because
Right.
I don't want to talk about.
Yeah,
the podcast
I don't want to
too
argue
much.
with someone who's wrong.
No, not
anyway.
the podcast, but about the league race.
Yeah, absolute. All
I'm
right.
gonna let you lead this podcast. Go on.
Okay, I wasn't expecting this. All right. Anyway, I want to talk about our last race prediction. The way we're like fortune tellers at this stage. We were like, all right, yeah, we know what's gonna happen. I could almost predict it. And the one race where I say, yeah, Hamilton's gonna finish ahead of Bottas. He only goes and gets COVID. Like he only goes and gets
COVID.
So
Yeah,
Hamilton,
and then-
if you're listening to this, I'm gonna kill you. Yeah, you hear me? Anyway.
That 34 people that watched that last podcast,
Yeah,
and
they probably lost lots of
they
money. They went straight to Paddy Power and just put down their house. Yeah. I wonder if we could like set up our own like bookies and be like, yo, which driver's gonna get COVID next? I reckon that'd be class. Like,
Oh yeah, that's actually a good idea.
I mean, sort of. I'm gonna write that down somewhere.
If I had to guess, is there any if Sonoda ends up going into Formula 1 because
Yeah.
actually I'm not going to make that joke. I'm going to move on.
I know what you're saying. I know. I'm pretty sure he's like Japanese. He's not even. Oh my god.
All right.
All right.
Go on. So our predictions, yeah. We'll go driver by driver. What was our predictions?
Well, we're gonna start at Williams. We predicted that George would beat Latifi, which to be fair he did.
Yeah, technically he did.
Technically,
we
yeah.
won. Yeah, I'll take that as a dub.
Yeah,
Big dub.
we also predicted that Fittipaldi, hence by the caption, Fittipaldi's a fraud, which none of you seem to like because none of you clicked on it. Fittipaldi's a fraud. In qualifying he is. Race, he's not much of a fraud though, so only 4 seconds behind Magnussen.
I still think he was a little bit lucky, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He just... I know he was saying that the pace was very similar to Kevin Magnussen. Yeah, it was. Obviously it was, but it was more like Kevin... It looked like from what I saw, he was a bit held up.
True.
More. He was sort of in traffic more. Fittipaldi wasn't.
Yeah.
And then due to circumstances towards the end of the race, as we all know, they sort of ended up being a little bit closer towards the end of the race. Yeah. And that's what sort of it masked it in a way.
There was a safety car, wasn't there?
Yeah, exactly. And to be fair, at the end of qualifying, they were like, "Well done, Fittipaldi."
Only
8 tenths off Kevin Magnussen. And I mean, Kevin Magnussen, I put it in the bottom, in the bottom 5. Bottom 5 or 6, anyway, of the drivers on the grid. And he's 8 tenths off.
8 tenths, and there's about, 4 braking zones.
like
2 tenths.
I'm only going so harsh on him
zone.
because, in my opinion, Jack Aitken isn't that good, but Jack Aitken is definitely way better than Fittipaldi.
I thought he was doing well.
I think a lot of people are better than Fittipaldi.
I thought Aitken was doing well.
Jack Aitken did. Yeah, he did well.
Until he binned it in the wall. Apart from that small little mishap.
That was a big L.
Yeah, it was really funny actually. I was laughing when he did that. I'm kidding. We can't make jokes about drivers crashing, can we?
Yeah, here, Sean, shut up, man. All right.
We're gonna get fucking killed there. Anyway, on to Haas, or no, not Haas. I need to get the results up.
You don't have the results up. This is supposed to be your job, Sean. Here. Honest to God, here, edit this part out, but you're an actual idiot. I actually hate doing this with you.
I looked up Bahrain 2020 notes, Sakhir. No!
Oh, for God's sake.
Yeah, shut up, man. It just comes up Sergio Perez. It doesn't even come up. It just comes Sergio. 20. Okay, BBC Sport. Let's go. All right, we got it. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, take my cookies. All right. We're back anyway. Let's see who was there. Raikkonen. Giovinazzi finished ahead of Raikkonen. Right, that's 2.
Yeah, well, I mean, Kimi spun at the start, so
yeah, true.
That was to be expected.
Yeah, Leclerc.
Plus, Kimi is washed. I actually predicted Gio to win, not win, but be with him. So
all right, there's one. Right. Leclerc. Oh yeah, he's an idiot, by the way. Leclerc is an absolute idiot. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
after seeing that,
smart.
yeah, he got 3 place.
Oh, but he's not an absolute idiot.
But he doesn't.
I mean,
learn.
He was dumb.
He doesn't learn at all.
What do you mean he doesn't learn?
He just he's aggressive.
How many times has that happened this season?
Yeah,
he is.
It happened last
so
race.
Was Max.
It happened last. Yeah, but Max is cool. He gets away with it. Haas, Magnussen, Fittipaldi.
Yeah.
Gasly. Kvyat bet Gasly. All right.
That was an interesting one. I don't know, who did we go for before? I think
we should really.
I think we both went with Gasly. No, we should have, but we both went with Gasly. I'm 90% sure because we went with Kvyat the last time because we made a Russian joke or something.
Yeah.
Because we sort of felt pressured into it. Yeah. So this time we went sort of with our gut, and our gut was wrong with Gasly. So it was actually surprising to see Gasly. He was actually it just seemed all weekend that he was slower than Kvyat. It wasn't even in terms of at any point that he actually had pace.
Yeah,
and Kvyat actually looked like he was held up for a lot of the race, behind Ricciardo.
Kvyat could have got a podium. I reckon he was fast.
Oh yeah,
100%. He could have won, realistically.
Yeah.
Russell dragging that dog of a Williams up to 9th. Good man.
Fair play to him.
Yeah, fair. But all I'm going to say is Valtteri Bottas is the only man in Formula 1 history. Only man in Formula 1 history to out-qualify Russell.
Yeah, but everybody will know. On that day that he took an L, a fat L at that, a fat L.
The less you talk about
he doesn't get any fatter than that L. All right.
George Russell. I think he's kind of washed though. Only 9th in the Mercedes, a cop on. making 4 pit
And where
stops.
did Bottas finish
Can't
then?
even 8, but 8's acceptable. Reverse grid pole. All I'm gonna say. He was strategic.
Reverse grid.
Albon finishing 6th. Solid points for the team. Not.
Yeah, no, it was all right. Like, Max retired and everything, and
Yeah.
think about it. 4 drivers basically retired in front of him, technically, because the 2 Mercs were just dead
Yeah.
because of the pit stops.
The Mercs just
Max
killed themselves,
retired.
more or less.
Leclerc retired. Like, how many drivers does he need to retire before he can get into an actual podium position with a Red Bull? Like, you know what I mean?
Ricardo, finishing 5th, beaten, superbly by his teammate Ocon.
Superbly. Genuinely, Ricardo didn't drive a bad race. It was just, I don't know why he was deciding to call all the shots nowadays when he was in the car, but decided not to go in the pits.
Yeah.
Either, I don't know if there's a team radio telling him to go in the pits and then last minute telling him not to. To do, not what he's doing.
Yeah.
But what ended up happening was, instead, he just got jumped by Kvyat in the end. And that just, it hindered his chances of passing Sainz eventually. But that Renault wasn't fast, which showed when Ocon was in second. It's just, it was hard to overtake there, which is surprising.
Yeah, it kind of was, but,
Because, if you look at the race results and see the timings between everyone, so you obviously see
it was a bit of a DRS train for the first few laps.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, so Perez was just out in front by 10 seconds, and then you had Ocon, and then a second back you had Stroll, and then a second back you had Sainz, then you had a second back Ricardo, and a second back Kvyat, and a second back Albon, and whatever.
Yeah.
It was just a second back. It was literally a train all the way from Bottas, all the way from Bottas to Ocon, a second driver. He was holding up everyone, from second place to 8th place. It was just a train. So Ocon's pace was not good. It's just nobody was able to pass him at all. Definitely drivers Ocon just managed to get there. It wasn't a fact of him being way faster than anyone. It was just it was weird because you're oh, there's Perez passing everyone. Oh, he deserves to be P1. Then Stroll, you remember seeing him do a couple of overtakes. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Just Ocon was just there.
Stroll's alright, I'd say.
Stroll was grand. It's just Ocon was just there. He just ended up there. He made one overtake on Stroll and that was it. That's all I remember from his race. And then he just ended up there with his strategy. That was it. The rest of them, I'm pretty sure. Did he do a one stop? Was it? He just it went from mediums to hard. He went from mediums to hard.
Stroll did a one stop. Perez did a 2.
And then it was just Stroll and Ocon managed just to do a different strategy, and because of safety cars,
Jack,
it was sort of perfect.
It says
for
here
them
that
safety
Russell
cars.
did a 4-stop. It says he did a 4-stop. I don't know if he's.
Yeah, no,
I don't know.
he was trying a new strategy.
Yeah, no, that is someone who skips.
Merc was thinking of since we've already won the championship and Lewis is gone, we might as well
get some practice in. Yeah.
Start mixing it up.
No, I think it's clear that he hasn't done the tyre management programs in F1 2020. Maybe he should practice more on that. He's someone who skips all of them, does the track acclimatization qualifying pace, and then just goes straight into quali.
And then goes straight in. Yeah. I hate those people.
Yeah, you're definitely not one of them, are you? Never.
Shut up.
Okay.
No, I do. I get all of them for that those resource points.
Resource points, I go 4 races into the campaign, get bored, and then just go into time trial. That is just my F1 career.
I don't do time trial. Well, I don't do time trial nearly as much as you, but anyways.
Yeah. Perez.
Yes, that's
cried
Perez,
on the podium.
Yeah.
Fucking bitch.
Yeah. His Mexican family will not be happy.
Yeah. He tried getting his kid on the phone. Remember in a Sky interview, he tried getting the kid on the phone.
Oh yeah. I saw that as well, and
he was just an idiot.
He didn't say hi. He just wasn't able to say hi.
I'm not sure if he's.
Good thing his daddy's rich.
Well, he's kind of unemployed for next year. He's sort of unemployed.
No, he can't be unemployed now. He's definitely heading Red Bull. Albon's gone.
Albon's career over, I think it is.
Like, probably Christian Horner and a couple of them are maybe, like, somewhat vouching for Albon.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, Helmut Marko is just not at all. Like, he's just a dick when it comes to that stuff.
He's fucking asshole.
He's just a prick.
He's such an asshole.
He just is. When it comes to that stuff, he just is.
Yeah.
So he'll want Albon out the door.
Mm-hmm.
He probably, like, that's the only reason why I wouldn't see Tsunoda getting into a AlphaTauri
You're saying
seat.
they're racist. You're saying he's a racist.
Yeah.
All right,
But
true.
that's no.
Same.
I mean, leave it on that.
What?
No explanation. No. We don't expand on that. He's racist.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, he's
That'll be our
racist.
title.
Yes.
Helmut Marko's that is the title.
I mean, he is, so it makes sense. All right, let's move it on a bit.
Move on.
Yeah. Also, we need to apologize about our last podcast.
Wait, is that all the drivers? Is that all the drivers?
Yeah, that's all of them.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I do want to ask. So, what did you think of Bottas's race on a serious note? Like, since
I knew you were going to ask me this.
qualifying and race,
I
and
knew you were going to ask me this.
how he did against Russell. I want you to try and I don't know.
I'm going to break it through bit by bit.
Bit of a word.
Strategically, right?
Okay.
All right. So basically, at the start, Russell, fair enough, got a better start. Beat him, whatever. On the mediums, it was like nip and tuck. And then, I don't know, they pitted Russell for the hards, left Bottas out for like 4 or 5 laps extra. Russell naturally got an advantage, like on the fresh tyres, pulled out like 5 seconds or whatever. But then the gap was...
I think it was like a 7-second gap after.
It was 8 seconds. 8 seconds. But slowly, the gap had gone down to about 4 seconds after 10 laps. So I was sitting there like, all right, he's pulling it back. Then, that pit stop happened. I don't think everyone really realised what had happened. Well, especially, not the Sky Sports commentators. They were too focused on Russell. But anyway, what happened was Russell came in. Apparently, the rears were from his car, the fronts were from Bottas's car. That happened. Yeah. And then they came in, Bottas, initially it was a messy double stack because Bottas was coming in as a guy, like as Russell was still in there. He came in, tyres came off, tyres went on, and they just shit themselves. They were like, oh, no. They started taking it off, taking it back on. So basically, what they called him in for, they were like, all right, your tyres, they're looking kind of, okay. I'm just going to bring you in through the pits. Going to stop you there for 30 seconds. Take your tyres off, let them cool off, and then put the tyres back on. You'll lose, 50 seconds, but at least you'll have nice, cold, hard tyres when you come out, yeah? Like, then they pitted Russell, right? Fair enough, to stop getting a penalty. But then everyone was so amazed. Fair enough, it was a good move what he made on Bottas. I won't lie, it was a good move.
It was a very good move.
But Bottas was on... He said in a post-race interview, he couldn't fire the tyres back up. If you think about it, they're old hards. They've cooled down, gone through a heat cycle. It's going to be naturally hard to keep them warm under safety car. And I just think it was a good move, but on fresher, softer tyres, I was expecting that to happen. I was sort of hoping it would happen on the straight so Bottas wouldn't get too much slack for it. But yeah, and then Toto just
turned out to be around the outside.
Shut up. Anyway, I still think Toto Wolff saying that it was a colossal fuck up in the middle of a Sky Sports interview is still one of the better things to come out of this year.
Yeah, no, that was
really funny.
A W.
Yeah,
that was a W.
So yeah, that's sort of my point of view from it.
That's your explanation, but you can admit that it's sort of
it was a
that. But in my opinion, for someone like Bottas, who's been at Mercedes for 4 consecutive years now,
it's very easy.
He's been in that car for 17
for this
very
race.
17 races. Also, all of this year. That and then George hasn't been with Mercedes. Well, he has been a part of the academy. Maybe done 2 or 3 tests with the car. The car is not perfectly fitted to him. It's actually fitted to Lewis Hamilton, who's a midget in comparison to Russell. So like the car just doesn't feel as nice as it should. He has to get used to the car within a weekend, and he managed to be that close and during race pace. I know you said during the second stint that he pulled him back by 4 seconds after 10 laps. But don't you think after after being 8 seconds, 8 seconds ahead of someone, that you're going to naturally sort of glide around anyway. And I'm sure he was going through like blue flags and lapped cars and things like that anyways. I'm sure, like, surely you... That's the only reason why I could think that he's caught up by 4 seconds in 10 laps, because realistically, that's a lot of time to have made in 10 laps. Like, he's either like slowing down to hold the tires for longer, or...
Well, I was looking at the graphics that came up, and it was showing that Bottas was consistently roping him in by 3-4 tenths per lap. It wasn't like a big jump of like, 1 second, 2 seconds,
Yeah, but does that not like further reiterate my point that like he was probably keeping his tires?
But
no,
but on Friday Bottas did have better pace on the hards. That was what they were saying as well. I don't know. It could be a mixture of them both, but yeah, it's. I still think
if nothing had happened, Sean, do you think that
it would have been hard to overtake, but I think it would have been close. It would have been extremely hard to overtake.
In my opinion, I haven't seen many overtakes from Bottas this year. And Bottas has been unlucky where he's had to go to the back of the grid and he's had to pass a lot slower cars.
I mean, there have been a few.
And I haven't...
There have been a few of his overtakes. One of the racing points in Hungary.
Not many.
Yeah.
Okay. That one time.
We get it. He's not great at racing. Yeah, funny. Yeah.
Lewis, I remember Lewis. It happened to Lewis once, and he managed to sow his way through the field. That's all I'm saying. I'm not even a Lewis Hamilton fan. It's just a sort of hard not to criticize Bottas when he's not helping himself at all.
Yeah, I think he's just so focused on having a girlfriend. I remember, at the I just don't hate the
She's a 3. She's a 3.
I remember at the end of last year, he said in an interview, he was like, I have a plan to beat Lewis. A week later, he just announced that he divorced his wife, and I was like, "That's a bit extreme." That's a bit extreme, pal. Do you not think? But
I thought like it was some like type of mind games or something. Divorced his wife. I mean, maybe it's mind games. Yeah, Lewis, have you divorced your wife? Have you haven't had a wife yet?
I mean, he had Nicole Scherzinger. I don't know how to say her name, but yeah.
Scherzinger,
yeah,
something like that.
Whatever. They're all the same.
Ziger.
Anyway, we're going to talk about the battle for third in the Constructors' Championship. Obviously, Mercedes and Red Bull are sort of a bit ahead. Well, it shouldn't be Red Bull. It should be Mercedes and Verstappen are a bit ahead.
Yeah, Mercedes and Verstappen are well ahead.
Racing Point. It's going to be a Racing Point. Think about it. They're in last year's. They're in last year's Mercedes, and Mercedes are really strong around Abu Dhabi. So
they've just been bottling it all year. Realistically, the fact that it's been this close is sort of
they're professional bottlers.
It's sort of dumb. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, facts. It's sort of just weird how it's been that close. Mm. I think race wise, I think like the fastest car, if you had to do it in chronological order, it would definitely be Mercedes, Red Bull, Racing Point, McLaren, Renault. 100%. Yeah, it has to be.
And then AlphaTauri up there sometimes.
Oh yeah, AlphaTauri then sometimes.
I'm just looking at the standings.
Track dependent.
All right, P1, P2, Mercedes and Red Bull. There's a bit of a gap. Then blah, blah, blah. Between 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, right, from third to seventh, it's separated over 90 points. So AlphaTauri have 103 points, and Racing Point have 194. That's pretty close. Then it goes to 8th, 9th, and 10th. It goes Alfa Romeo, Racing Ferrari, 8. Haas Ferrari, 3. Williams, 0. That's not even F2. Yeah. That's like F3. That's like British F4 right there.
Yeah, facts.
But I don't
know. I think what I've noticed, obviously being a Ricciardo fan, for next year, I obviously want McLaren to grab third in the constructors.
I can't see that.
Doesn't seem like that's going to happen now.
Unless
especially if they don't. Yeah, they bottle it, and
unless
McLaren
their drivers die, like mid race.
Yeah, okay, Jesus Christ.
Okay, maybe not the best weekend to be saying.
Maybe a bit,
I mean,
yeah, that's
sorry,
really,
maybe in case they
bit early.
Everyone contracts COVID.
Okay, maybe that's a bit more.
Slightly
yeah, okay. So obviously, So, like, I'd want McLaren to somehow finish P3 in the Constructors, and obviously for Ricciardo to finish P4. Don't see either of that happening now, because Perez is, like, 13 points ahead of Ricciardo. He was P4 coming into this weekend, but, like, obviously after Perez winning the fucking race, he's going to be light years ahead now after getting that 25 points added on. The only way that Ricciardo can grab P4 is obviously if Perez gets ninth and Ricciardo wins, or Perez DNFs and Ricciardo not wins but gets a podium. You know what I mean? I don't see that happening. Abu Dhabi last year didn't really look like a great track for Renault anyway.
But you have to take into account as well that Perez missed 2 races this year. So
yeah, I know, which is sort of mad.
Yeah,
it just really does show that, like, how fast that car is.
And then here you have Lance Stroll and 10th.
But like if you want to get all the excuses out of the book, from the book, like for Bottas, you could easily say the same for Stroll. Like, he's been really unlucky with some of them, where he should have got a podium there and then should have got a fourth there, should have got points there, got hit off there.
Got killed by Kvyat.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, race pace wise, he hasn't been as fast as Perez, but it's definitely in my opinion, he's progressed from last year, and this has been Perez's easily his best year.
Yeah, true.
Of his career, by far.
All right. Well,
so I don't know. He's got a hard fight.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So that's sort of covered 3rd place and 4th place in the drivers. Is there anything really else you want to talk about?
I want to talk a bit about F2.
F2, Jesus. All right. Well, okay.
I mean, the championship is finished up now. They finished up.
Do you think
Mick Schumacher?
Did you watch
grab
the
the title?
Did you watch?
I did.
Race?
I
It
did.
was pretty cool.
I did.
I thought it was. I saw Schumacher. I was like, all right, you just have to not bottle it. Like, you just have to.
It was a bit. No, it was a bit dull in the way that I would have liked Schumacher and Eilert to have been fighting for a bit longer. It was class at the start how they're fighting. It was a bit annoying how Schumacher locked up at the start, literally at the 4th corner, a turn 4.
Yeah.
And that just completely hindered his entire race. But I understand why he pitted, because obviously it's strategy-wise for actually grabbing points and winning. Like, it's not smart. But to take the fastest lap was actually a smart idea, because that meant Eilert had to win the race. Because the only way that Eilert could actually grab the second and the fastest lap, or a first place, obviously, in a
I was sort of hoping that ticked him and Derulo would collide. Just halfway through.
I mean, the way like the two most aggressive drivers on the grid, in my opinion, is
100%
facts. Yeah, facts.
Tickton was borderline. Tickton was borderline, but it was hard, but it was fair. Mazepin wanted to kill someone out there.
That was that feature race was ridiculous. Did you watch it?
I didn't watch it. I watched the sprint race, but feature I saw the highlights and it was.
No, I watched both, and it was just sort of. Both were class. Both were class, and the moves that were being pulled off, especially from Schumacher as well.
Yeah,
like those moves were unreal. It was basically the same move that George Russell. For anyone who didn't watch it, it was basically George Russell's move on Bottas, and he made it happen 3 or 4 times on not only just people that were slow, like Boschung or whatever.
Yeah,
it was proper title contenders that he was passing, not title contenders but fast drivers on the grid.
Okay.
So he was unreal. He definitely deserves to win it. It was an interesting stat how apparently Schwartzman has won the most races.
Yeah, he has.
It's just
he's just bottled it. Every time he's not winning, he's out of the points more or less.
Yeah, I mean, not out of the
Yeah.
It's just unlucky. A couple of the drivers that I was expecting to do maybe better was definitely Armstrong.
Yeah, true.
Armstrong coming into the season.
Yeah,
I was
the first round.
to do
After
better.
the first round, I was like, all right, Armstrong's pretty cool, and he just disappeared.
Yeah, but do you know how you're saying about F2? I remember you saying before that it definitely 100% matters what the team you're at. I know they're all spec, but it definitely matters what the team you're at. But it definitely it's 100%. In my opinion, more reliant on the driver. It has to be shown, because think of it, ART they had nobody that was really winning plenty of races last year. Campos was doing class. This year they're not doing class.
Yeah, but that's due to No, that's due to, Aiken was driving for them last year as well. That's due to I was reading something about it. Like Alex Jakes was saying that's due to them not, like, again, the team not understanding the 18-inch wheels. That's what they said. What was wrong with it? But like it does matter. Like 100%, I think it's less dependent on the car, or like on the car as like F1. Like F1, you could have an absolute dog shit of a driver, but I don't want to say in a Mercedes, I don't know what you'd say, but like say in a Red Bull, Albon, whatever, I guess. But with F2, it's like, it's the fine margins though. It's the reason why, everyone was saying, okay, Hubert was, won GP3, but he only won 2 races in his time in F2. It was because he was with Arden, I think it's called, or that's what they were called. But it was like, the top teams, like Dan Ticktum is moving to Carlin next season, or it looks like it anyway. He's testing for them in Abu Dhabi today. But it's, I think the team does matter just for like the fine details, but it's not going to make you like 2 seconds a lap quicker. It's just in like a championship where it's so close, you have to have those tenths of a second matter.
Yeah, no, they do. Mm-hmm. They definitely do. It's just, I don't know. It definitely needs more of a mix. Like obviously in Formula 1, it doesn't need to be as much of a mix, but it definitely needs that.
I was looking
like
at
you can't win a championship when you're a bad driver in a good car.
True.
And vice versa. If you're in a bad car and a good driver, you can't win the championship either.
I did see that F2 pick what teams race for them, like race in them. It's not, you can't.
What do you mean?
You can't message. So you're not going to message F2, but like you can't come up to F2 and be like, I have a team that wants to enter an F2. You have to be selected by them. I was reading something about it. Formula 2 selects what teams can run the cars during...
Okay.
Which is kind of weird, I think. I don't know. One thing about F2, I don't mind F2, F3. W Series taking up an F1 race weekend is absolute shambolic. It's horrific. Whatever about them actually bringing up talent, but it's not. They're just washed up racers who didn't make it in F3, and they're like, all right, have a go in Formula W or in W Series, and they're winning because they're all, no offense, I'm not sexist or anything, but they're all women. And
but remember Chad, do you, okay, I will, Jesus, John. But her name is Jamie Chadwick, isn't it? She used to be a Williams reserve driver. Mm-hmm. Is she still a Williams reserve driver? I don't think she is.
I haven't seen
if she was. Yeah, I haven't, because then she would have definitely had a shout. But I didn't hear anyone like throw her name into the pot for getting that Williams seat at all. It was literally just automatically Aiken. Mm-hmm. It wasn't like any reports of this will be a close one between.
He's in Williams as well.
In my opinion, Ticktum probably
he would have done so much better. I mean, I did see
definitely done better.
Aiken was getting a bit of stick on social media or on Twitter, and some guy put up, he was like, Aiken is the worst driver I think I've ever seen. And like some parts where I was like, all right, yeah, facts actually. And then Aiken, I thought he was going to out-qualify Latifi. He did one mistake coming out the last corner on his last Q1.
Yeah, he should have out-qualified him.
That would have been, Latifi should have just had a few words with himself in the changing room. Like, is
Latifi confirmed for next year? Actually,
yeah, they confirmed it like midway through this year.
That's a shame. Yeah, because like that would have been juicy.
He's better than
that would have gone on.
He's better than Kubica, but like he's
better than Kubica. I think on a regular race weekend and an F2, he's better than Aiken as well.
But
it's just I think on that weekend, whatever it was, sort of it got to him obviously, but he still managed to not crash, so he ended up in front of him and he ended up to qualify him. So like technically a dub, but everybody sort of knows.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
That's really all the topics we have to talk about, I think, more or less.
Oh, actually, just a quick thing. Mm-hmm. Who do you think Ilott will win next year in F2?
He's not racing in F2 next year. He said.
What do you mean he's not racing? Is he not?
I don't think.
Sure.
Well, he's not testing for anyone in F2, winter testing or whatever. And he said on Instagram, I'm pretty sure that's at the end of his F2 journey. So it looks like he's going to be out of a drive for next year, which is quite sad actually.
Well, then he's not going to. He said, "Get me in an F1 car 2022." I heard that. Definitely, that was a quote from him.
Yeah.
I don't know how he's going to get a drive if he's not going to be driving.
Put me in
for a
an
full
F1
year.
car for 2022, but I'm not racing an F. I'm not racing an F2 in 2021 though. Yeah.
And 100% if he goes to Formula E, he's not
Oh,
getting a
that's
seat in
it.
Formula 1. That's where
It's-
your career dies.
Yeah.
Maybe if he goes... Actually, no, I don't know how he get a seat in F1. Not a chance. If he's not in Formula 2...
But
If he doesn't
I get why
win in
he's
Formula
not
2,
in
he's not
Formula
getting a
2.
seat.
I get why he doesn't want to race there. He's been there, like, it seems,
But he's been there 2 seasons now. He could definitely do a 3rd season.
Yeah. Actually, Sean Galeo, thank fuck, isn't racing in F2 anymore.
Oh, Jesus Christ. He's been awful. I swear he's been there for actually 5 seasons, has he?
I think it's his 6th
I feel
season.
like he's been that long. 6th season, and he's been like... I feel like...
P18. No, that's like his staple position.
Yeah, well, that's pretty good. Like, come on.
I mean, yeah, true.
Credit where credit is due.
2 million a year to finish P18. Like, come on.
That's savage.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be happy with P18. Would you be happy with P18?
Well, half the money has been just from his dad going...
I mean, what do you mean
Going to
half
the
of it?
owner, so
I'd say about
technically-
all of it. Like,
Yeah, facts.
so yeah. I mean,
Who do you think will win next year then?
in F2,
Because obviously a couple of the F3 drivers are coming up and whatnot, but
I'm hoping for Piastri.
it's obviously
I'm
dependent.
hoping for Piastri.
You're thinking Piastri. I think Schwartzman.
Yeah,
100%.
okay, sure. It's between the two primaries. I don't see anyone else. I see Tictum being up there with Carlin.
Yeah, Piastri is going to Prima, obviously, is he?
Yeah, he is.
He has to, and so is Schwartzman
Poor
staying
chair
at Prima.
it has been not great.
Yeah, not great when he came up, which is surprising. I thought he'd do a bit better.
Yeah, I mean he is just 17. He probably doesn't have the strength in his arms to probably turn the car yet. So, I don't.
Yeah, facts.
I don't know. I'd say it's between. I'd like to see Piastri do well because he's funny on Twitter. That's the only reason I like him.
Alright, fair.
So Piastri, Schwartzman, I'd say Tictum. I'd say that's going to be the top 3. Or go on Zhou maybe. Go Zhou. What do you mean?
Go, Tictum.
Yeah, Tictum.
Tictum is good on some weekend, but he gets way too flustered, gets way too angry, and ends up like doing something completely wrong.
Well, I'd say
like
with
I
Carlin,
agree with
he'll be
some
good.
of it, but Tictum not a chance. No, I don't.
Right, who do you think?
I'm sure
Who do you
Carlin
think
will
then?
be good. I think what you said is fairly good. I think you're putting a lot of trust in. Did you say Piastri? Yeah.
Piastri. I said I just like him because he's on Twitter.
I mean,
He's funny on Twitter.
Piastri will be good. Like, don't get me wrong, he'll be good. I don't know if I put all that trust in him, but you know what? I'll put him P3 and then maybe go on Hugo.
Okay.
Go on Hugo. Or if Sonoda's still there.
Sonoda, if he's
then
still there, that's a crime against humanity.
Oh, well, then it's between Schwartzman and Sonoda for
Yeah.
me. And then whoever comes third is third.
I mean, I would like Schwartzman a lot better if I started supporting him at the start of this year, but he put up that one thing, and it was like, I just remember this one Instagram
Yeah,
post.
that 19
What's 9
plus 10.
No, he goes, what's 9 plus
9
10?
plus 10.
21.
21.
And it was like, happy birthday to me. I was like, yeah, you're getting blocked, pal. Like, see you later. Yeah.
Everyone reported his account.
Yeah.
It's actually blocked off Instagram for a week.
It's like, it's disgraceful behaviour.
All right, I think we've covered every topic.
Every
Apart
topic.
from actually, I wanted to do what we think for next weekend. Is it next weekend Abu Dhabi or is it 2 weeks
next
time?
weekend for my birthday, actually, qualifying on my birthday.
Oh, sugar. Okay, well then, we usually do our who do we think will be each driver. You know what? We'll do it fast because like we do it every weekend. We have to.
Okay, let me get the drivers up. Williams.
Russell.
Okay, Russell.
We'll mow
Russell
through
is
because
gonna be.
this is a long one.
Russell's going to be in Mercedes next year. Next weekend. I do not see Hamilton. He's not asymptomatic.
No,
I do
Hamilton
not
will
see
be
him.
back.
I don't see him.
Hamilton will be
I
back
haven't seen him.
because Perez was the same. So I don't know. So I assume he'll be back. So
I'm going Latifi to beat. I'm going to go Aiken to beat Latifi. You're saying Russell to beat Latifi.
Okay.
Okay, skip
If that-
Williams.
if that
Williams
happens-
is just awkward. All right.
Yeah,
Haas.
Williams is a load of wank. Yeah, all right. Haas,
Magnussen.
Grosjean won't be back.
No, Magnussen's going to beat.
Yeah, Magnussen's going to be Fittipaldi.
Alfa Romeo.
Oh, but actually,
What?
will Schumacher go
No.
into a Haas seat then,
He won't.
or
He
Mazepin?
won't. I don't think so.
I mean, the season's over.
Actually,
Who
facts.
knows? I
Actually,
don't know.
that could be.
Who knows?
I don't see them doing it though. I'd see them. I don't see them doing it, but it'd be cool if they did.
Okay, yeah,
It'd be kind of cool.
it would be class if they did. It would make a lot more sense rather than Fittipaldi, who's not going to be driving for them next year. But anyway,
Alfa Romeo.
if Schumacher is in the
I'd say
seat,
Kimi
if
qualifying
Schumacher's in the
goes
seat,
nuts
I'm
in the
going
race.
Schumacher. If it's Schumacher, I'm going for Schumacher. You
Okay.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
If Schumacher gets in, okay.
Okay.
Who did you say? Sorry.
Alfa Romeo. I'm going to say Raikkonen qualifying.
I'm going to go with Gio again.
Gio in race. AlphaTauri. I'm going to say Pierre.
I'll also go with Pierre.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ferrari. I'm going to say. This is a tough one.
You know what? Vettel's actually been back on it. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, he has been.
Like, I'm still gonna go with Leclerc.
I'm going to go with Vettel.
I'm still gonna.
Just because
Okay.
Leclerc has a 3-place grid drop as well. So.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
I still go with Leclerc.
Okay. Renault. I'm going to.
Ricardo.
I'm going to go Ocon.
You can go walk on all you want, but like that race, like that podium, he can be happy and all as he wants. But it was
You just have
pure
so much
luck.
hate for that man.
I don't hate for him at all.
Okay.
Like I really hope he does well, and I don't see why everyone puts so much hate on him. But
Maybe they're listening to
I
this
think-
podcast and they're like, oh, I fucking hate that man.
Yeah, I hate that guy. All that 34 people going, I hate that guy, and spreading so many rumors.
Okay. McLaren.
Norris.
Yeah, Norris. Norris.
Sainz had a really good weekend, don't get me wrong, but I think Norris will just, towards the end of the season, get that thing back, and maybe McLaren will go, yeah, you know what, he's not going to be here next year, we might just come up with it.
Yeah, last race, can we have that? Racing Point, Paris.
Racing Point, not Paris.
Red Bull, Verstappen.
Verstappen, yeah. Verstappen.
And Mercedes, I'm going to say, if it's Hamilton, I'm going to say Bottas. If it's Russell, I'm going to say Bottas, because Russell
say Bottas.
Yeah, sure. Russell, he did better. No, he did good, but that was a track with four ranking points. And Bottas, he's not great around Abu Dhabi. But
God knows they're gonna put Van Dorn in now. God knows.
Can't be having that.
No, okay, so if it's Russell and Bottas, I'm going Russell. If it's Lewis and Bottas, I'm going Lewis. And with Williams, if it's Aiken and Latifi, I'm going Latifi. If it's Russell and Latifi, I'm going Russell.
Yeah, now that we've said this, watch them, switch Russell on and Valtteri.
Latifi going to Mercedes.
No, Valtteri's going to end up in Williams this year.
In Williams.
The end of this year. They're completely screwed. Alright, take a flat podcast, right? They've predicted it already, so we're going to screw them over. Alright, I'm going to end it there.
Right, we're going to completely
so.
Yeah. Well, yeah, true. Okay. You have this to edit, so our new intro is hi guys, and that's it.
Okay.
So we'll end up with bye guys.
Bye guys.
Yeah?
Bye.
Bye guys.
Bye.